And we're live on a Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. Get ready. What the fuck? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru. Ooh, I'm so heated. Fucking evangelist. North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God. Find a fucking another, I double dare you. I am his first child, the Lilith, reincarnated, ready to fucking blow fames, man. Breathe. I am so fucking triggered right now. It started by someone else being triggered. Let's do this. Are you guys ready to heal some shit? What happens with the trigger? The outside world pushes you into your inside, where you have to do some serious healing. I started a conversation, very calm conversation with Morgan, and got fucking heated to where we're at a standpoint. I walk the fuck off. I do not fucking agree with you. If I don't heal myself, then I'll probably never talk to you again. Because you obviously don't have the capability to see this. So I've got to see this for what this is. I told her that I'm going to be doing a reading tonight. I'm going to be opening up with helping people with addictions. I'm in a very bad mood. You just don't catch the fire, bro. I didn't mean to give you an ugly look. So I go into this and I say this. I was like, drugs and alcohol are coping mechanisms to weak minds. And she becomes extremely defensive about this. She does not like the fact that I'm calling it coping mechanisms. It's not like that. No, they need this. I was like, addiction is something they need in their life to make it through their day. That's what an addiction is. And she keeps dancing around it and around it and around it. Finally, I turn and I point to her fucking, to her wax. And I said, do you need this to make it through the day? She said, that's my mood stabilizer. That's what she calls it. She said, I don't have to use the words you use. I said, fine. We'll change the word. People need a substance to stabilize them to make it through their day. That's what their addiction is. They cannot make it through the day without a substance. And it turns worse. And then she tries to tell me about having a chemical imbalance. She's like, some people have a chemical imbalance and they need specific chemicals to balance them out. She tried to say that, babies and stuff. I was like, no. If you have your genetic makeup is based off of the weird genetics of your father and your mother. You're not limited to their disabilities. You indeed are going to inherit their disabilities. Times whatever. You're going to be on crack. You're going to be the next version, the multiplied version of their disabilities. And that's where it shows that mental health will mutate through generations. They could have started with just anxiety, but the next one has manic. Then they go into, schizophrenic. Then there's bipolar. It just mutates. It goes through the fucking timelines. It mutates because nobody's healed this sickness, which is what? A sickness of the mind. So everybody there's a huge mental health fucking epidemic, right? Everybody's sick in the mind. Everybody just needs a couple pills so they can think normal and act normal. So everybody's on some kind of medication. And those that are not seeking medication from mental health, from medicine, are self-medicating themselves. As I say, using coping mechanisms, or as she says, mood stabilizers throughout the day. I tell her right away, I am addicted to coffee, tea, cigarettes, and weed. Can I give this up and still have a good day? Yes. Will it be a little bit hard the first couple of days? Yes. Do I need a cup of coffee to be cool to people? It would appear that way, but there's many days that I don't drink coffee and I'm still okay in the morning. And I don't need it throughout the day to be cool. It doesn't give me energy. It's just part of my morning routine. Now, before, I needed caffeine to keep going. Okay? But can I be going without caffeine? Indeed. Cigarettes. Cigarettes are, everybody knows this. This is a coping mechanism. It's a release. That's a time where I can release, exhale. All right? So, the addiction to the cigarette itself is actually the freedom of exhale. And that's why people go to alcohol. When you get off of work after a long day and you pop you a beer or you pour you a glass of wine, this is your way to cope. Or, as she says, stabilize your mood after a long day. All I'm saying, motherfuckers, is that we need to find other ways to cope. That we don't need to be dependent off of people, places, or things for us to be stable in ourselves. Okay? As far as me smoking weed, I do that to pass time. There's nothing else for me to do to pass time, so I smoke to pass time. Can I pass time better without smoke? Yes. Do I have to stop what I'm doing in other times to smoke? Perhaps part of my addiction would come in, but I can make it an 8-hour shift without a cigarette and then not have to have 2 right after. I can go long periods of time without this. I can be cool without it. I'm not like, oh my God, I didn't get my cigarette break. I'm going to go crazy on you. I didn't get my morning coffee. I'm going to fucking snap on you. I didn't get my, you know what I mean? I didn't get to fucking smoke no weed today. I'm going to be a bitch to you. They're coping mechanisms. And that's it too. We spoke about it earlier. It's like you don't get your fix, then you're a bitch or you're a dick. You need this thing throughout the day to make you feel okay. Some of them are substances. Some of them are actual people. Like, you have to talk to this person. You feel like a bad person. Your life isn't good until you talk to this person. You need this person. You need their coddling. You need their attention throughout the day. Otherwise, you're not going to be okay. If they didn't talk to you today, you're starting to act real funny and you don't feel so good and everything. You're losing yourself because you didn't have this person. Some of you, that's work. If you're not working, bro, you're not happy. You don't have no control. You're lost. You don't know what to do with yourself. You're a pile of shit. Like, if I'm not working, then I'm not nothing. This is my coping mechanism to life. As long as I'm working, then I feel good about life. I just got to keep working to feel good. You know what I mean? Then it's like, you know, it's Friday. So, like, you'll make it all week as long as you know that you're going out on Friday night. What am I working for? Because I'm going to get that check. I'm going to go out. I'm going to do this thing. These are your coping mechanisms. How you reward yourself and how you ground yourself and how you feed yourself through the days of your lives. All I'm trying to point out to her, and she's taking it personal and getting heated at me. I'm talking about other people, but all of a sudden, that's what I told her, this was never about you. That's what she told me to say yesterday. I was like, if I say that to someone, I'm going to get punched. I should have used that word. What did she say? I forgot. But that's what it is. It's like, this has nothing to do with you. You're getting all pumped up because you're over there, you know what I mean, with your dabs, and you're feeling fucking condemned. I'm not condemning you. That's your own spirit that's your own shadows coming up right now where you feel like you got to justify your behaviors when nobody said shit about your behaviors. I was talking about a generality, and obviously if the boot fits, you want to sit there and kick and scream. And I asked her over and over, can you make it through? Can you be a good person without this? And then she goes into, you know, her chemical imbalance and that she needs it. I can't help you get over addiction when you're going to start with telling me how bad you need it. I'm telling you, the beginning of this conversation is you don't need this. I know all the reasons of why you're using this. I want to replace that need. You don't need this to live. Unless you're on some kind of fucking serious pill that regulates your heart, your bloodstream, or one of your organs, you don't need it, bro. You're addicted. And most of you are addicted to the attention of it, as I see the hypochondriacs. As soon as I said that, I saw a fucking bridge fit. That's NF's wife. She's addicted to showing her paranoia of putting fucking all of this shit in her body. She's addicted to showing you that she's healthy. When God will show you how unhealthy her body is from putting all that shit in there. She believes if she puts everything in her body at the perfect dosages, she'll be a perfect body. This is a person that tries to be a perfect mom and a perfect this, that doesn't even believe in God. She's trying to find perfection outside of God and in all things. It's horrendous. But in the sense of that's what she believes. Fine, you're addicted to to your goofy ass behaviors, and you know what I mean, telling yourself that you need this shit. You need this to be healthy. You need this to be healthy. That's what you're telling yourselves, bro. What do you really need in a day to make it through? What is your mood stabilizer? That when people piss you off, you go to. When you get sad, you go to. What's your go-to? And how many of those things are you just absolutely doing unconsciously and pattern forming? Like you wake up, you wake and bake just because that's what you do. Like me. We wake up, we have a cup of coffee. Do I always? No. I actually completely switched coffee and then I'm not into it so much. I'm drinking like some mocha latte shit. I switched it. I used to drink like massive cups of coffee. The good shit too. And no, I don't anymore. I'm drinking basically tea all the time. Different teas. Am I still putting in caffeine? Yeah, I don't buy decaffeinated. I've switched my addiction for another addiction. Or I've replaced my addiction. In the essence, yeah. And because I have a chemical imbalance, I have fed my body so much caffeine for so long that if I don't give it caffeine, I get migraines. There is a deficiency now. I have created a deficiency within myself. That's it. How can I break this? Weaning it slowly to where it's not, my body doesn't go into shock when it hasn't had enough. And there's other ways to do it. It's not necessarily the caffeine, it's the sugar. So I can wean myself off caffeine and give myself a little bit more sugar. Stuff like that. But in the sense of, that's what it is she was basing it on the chemical imbalance. Indeed. You're in balance chemically. You know what I mean? From your brain. You're emotionally and mentally imbalanced. And this is caused by chemicals inside of you. Do you need an outside chemical, or can you balance these chemicals within inside of yourself, which is your thoughts and your feelings? People say that people that have been through, trauma have to have medication so that they can cope. They need something to calm their mind. Why can't we calm the mind without that? Are there alternative, holistic forms of medicine that can be used rather than you pre-diagnosing yourself and, medicating yourself all day, every day? And this goes back to, the American culture. This isn't a coping mechanism in other countries. It's a celebratory act when they get together and they have a drink. This, for you, is ritual, routine, pattern. What pissed me off? What pisses me off is when you tell me you need this in your fucking life to live. I'm gonna get real angry at you and tell you don't fucking need anything to live but God. I can teach you that on a 40-day fast. You're gonna tell me you need food, but I can show you we can live without food. I can show you can live without your fucking phone. I can show you how to live without your children and without your mother. It's all in your fucking mind. If you tell me that you can't live without something, you automatically tell me that you're an addict with no self-control. That's what those words mean. Can you tell me, are you going to show me different when you already told me you can't give this up? Sophie was addicted to stalking her boyfriend, and she told me she could not stop. How fucking stupid does that sound to you guys? I gotta be Christ-like in this girl's face and be nice about this. When I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You slime ball, get the fuck off of him. You're scaring me. No, God said be nice. Be nice. Be nice, Lilith. Alright. So I teach her when her mind starts to go somewhere else. I teach her how to control this. But she will not take control over her addiction. There's nothing in this world that you need to survive. As far as your provisions, bro, God provides. You're gonna get a meal, bitch. You'll find a place to lay your head, and tomorrow the sun will come up again. You didn't come. You ain't walking around naked. You'll have clothes tomorrow. I don't know how clean they'll be, depending on what the fuck you're doing in them today. But in the essence, like, needs. You need this. I guess the big point I'm teaching is detachment. To have some self-control. To reclaim your power over these things that you swear you cannot live without. You guys can't live without your phone being connected to the world. And which in essence is just you staring out a window at them all the time. You need to see what everybody else is doing all the time. And you need to tell everybody else what you're doing as much as you can. Is this important for you to do during your day? How much time do you spend watching other people for your entertainment? Creepy as fuck that you spend all day, hours, just watching other people, strangers, all day, strangers, trying to be like them. You're just sitting there judging them. It's a judge fest all day. You look at their picture and you have a thought. And you look at their picture and you have a thought. But what is that doing for your life? And then you post a picture and they have a thought. Is that helping your life? Is their comments important? Those likes really make your day better? You have to have somebody like you in a day? Do you understand what I'm trying to teach on like a whole spiritual level? It's a dependency. Addiction isn't a dependency, but you can overcome this with the right tools. In all of time, there have been heroin addicts that have gotten off of heroin without methadone. They didn't have to trade in their addiction for another addiction. Do you know how I know? Because they go to jail and they don't give them methadone. They don't die in there. They get clean. Nobody gave them another drug to make it through. They got through it without the drugs. Same with oxys, everything, bro. When you take it away, you'll realize it's gonna hurt. I watched my mom do it, bro. I watched my mom kick the pills. It was the grossest thing I ever seen a human go through. I literally, she asked me to put the mattress on the floor. And she laid there for days, sweating and crying and throwing up and running to the bathroom. It was the most disgusting thing I ever seen. I'd only seen something like that on TV. It was happening in my house, in my back room. But she lived. She lived maybe a little bit longer because she did that. You don't fucking need this, bro. If they put you in jail, you're gonna stop smoking real quick, bro. You're still gonna be fine. You're gonna be missing it, but you're gonna be fine. You don't need the internet. And for whatever reason, they do have internet in jail. These motherfuckers got Facebook accounts and shit. But whatever, they decided you do need to be connected. I don't think you need to. Why the fuck do you need to know what's going on in the world? So you can wish and covet it? Leave it alone, bro. Worry about your world. Going back to it, you go to jail, you're going to kick all these badass habits. The problem is, when they pull you out of your room, you're going to go right back to all of this. Because you don't have self-control. They took away your control and gave you self. That's what happens in jail. They take away your control and you have to deal with self. But when they release you, you're the same self with no control. You cannot tell me that you need these things. And as I said that, I'm seeing Mike Tyson in his interview about going to jail was the best thing that could have happened to him. DMX might have died a lot sooner if he wasn't in jail. He might have overdosed. It was in his destiny, that's how he would go. He could have overdosed a lot sooner if he wasn't in jail, if he didn't get right with self. Kobe Bryant sat in jail. He had to get right with himself. Pac had to sit. I went to jail. It was there I sat with myself and where my life was and where I was going. And I realized I didn't want to be part of this. I didn't want this to be my life. That I'll always end up here. If I keep doing this, I'm going to end up back here. I had to leave my husband and everything I knew to get away from drugs. But I didn't ever because I was born into it. Ran back to my mom, who was still a drug addict and an alcoholic. Married a drug addict and an alcoholic. His family, all addicts. All addicts, they do the pills. They go to all the doctors and they get all these great fucking psych pills and shit. You don't even have to buy them on the street illegally. You can go and get them at a doctor's office. That you can go to, well, who's the doctor you guys told me to go see in Hugo that gives them away? Fuck. Amy told me about that one. You know, the pill doctor where you can get that happy pill. That mood stabilizer that everybody needs. That chill pill that everybody's on. You just need you a Valium. You just need you a Klonopin. You just need you a fucking whatever the new pill is, bro. A roofie. A fucking Quaalude. We could go back in time, dude. You just need you a Tylenol. Extra strength. Hey, that was a creepy ass fucking documentary. Just want to point out, nobody knows who did what, and that's just scary. How the hell did that happen? Whoever did that got away with it completely. God, no. God damn it, fix this. I want to know who did it. We want justice, God. Put the justice system into play. Anyways, going back to it. It's like, no. And no. Stop it. Fucking Dr. Phil. Just say no. I mean, they've been giving Justin Bieber fucking alcohol since he was like 11. Literally. Come on, you like it. P. Diddy wasn't giving him the juice? Shut up! We don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Fuck that. I don't want to talk about what else they were not. The point is, it's been in his bottle since he was a kid. We got to get that out of his bottle before his kid starts putting it in his bottle. Him and his wife drink. Is it a bad thing? No, they do it for whatever reason. But what happens is, then their kids come out and there's alcohol in the house. Can their kids overcome the addiction as well as they did, or better? Nah, bro, you already bred into it. You guys was drinking when you was fucking. The baby was made out of alcohol, bro. Where's the chemical imbalance? The parents? Come on, bro. Think about what you was made of when you made this baby. And then you wonder why man, my kids is crazy. They're wild. Yeah, what was you doing? Oh, I might have had a couple cocaines back then. I was totally drinking. We was tripping mushrooms and we fucked and here's a baby. Oh, shit. I wonder why that baby is a little... okay. It's okay. We can fix this. All things. God can fix all things. But in the essence, it's like, no. Unless it's like an actual immune deficiency something. Nah, bro, quit playing around. Quit fucking around. They're not giving special needs kids fucking pills to make them calm down. Who the fuck are you that you need a calm down pill? And anyways, there's this crazy saying, and it's so true. Special needs have super strength, bro. They have super strength. I've seen it, dude. They have superpower strength, dude. Special needs have superpower. It's a saying in the community. It's not even making fun. They are strong, dude. They are so physically strong. Why? Because they're channeling that fucking energy, bro. They're not channeling it through their mind. They're channeling it through their body. They're strong. They could lift a car or something. Truly, yeah, this is not cool, but I'm seeing the guy from Goonies. That's not cool. The Holy Spirit is a little insensitive. Forgive them for, they didn't realize that's not funny. I knew it wasn't as soon as they told me, but I had to tell you what they're showing me. Otherwise, they're going to start singing it out of my mouth, and I'm going to sound insensitive. You guys, that's not funny. I mean, it kind of is. Hear me? You guys, shut up! Shut up. The Holy Spirit is not funny. I mean, it is. It's hilarious. But, yeah, she pissed me off with that. And that's okay. She just needs to sit with it, and that's it. She knows I'm her friend, and I just need to walk away. She's never seen me walk away. And that's what I told her. I gotta walk away, because I'm gonna get bad. And I already was bad. I'm born bad to the bone. I just gotta put this fire down. I will fucking go crazy on you if you tell me some stupid shit like that. Or maybe I won't, and I see that I can. And that's where it is. Do you see yourself? You got triggered right there. What triggered you? What pissed me off? When someone tells me to my face that they can't control themselves, that they need something in their life to live. That's going to trigger me, and that's going to piss me off, and I'm probably going to go a little cuckoo on you. Did I really on her? Nah, bro, I handled that shit so good. So good. I was trying to figure out why she was going cuckoo the whole time. She was going cuckoo. She did not. It was all about the words. She said, I just choose not to say it in those words. I was like, coping mechanism? She hated that. As soon as I said it was a coping mechanism, she said, no, it's not like that. We use that to calm her. I was like, that's what they call a coping mechanism. No, it's a mood stabilizer. Fine, Morgan. And then when I said mood stabilizers, then it got even more heated. It's like, you're fucking with me. Get my I'm leaving. I'm not gonna. You enjoy your dab. I gotta go. In the sense of, she's like, that's like you giving up your weed. I said, I can. Matter of fact, I don't have any in my purse right now. I ran out. I can give up my cigarettes if I, you know what I mean, with self-control. I can do this if I choose to control myself and my addictions to, my cigarettes. As far as weed, I've given that up many, many times. I don't believe I'm addicted. I mostly am getting headaches off it. I'm serious. I said that. Before, it used to affect my body or my mind in some kind of way. Not now. Now, sometimes they taste good. Like, she had a joint the other day that tasted real good. I was like, damn, this tastes so good. I never buy good tasting shit like this. It didn't make me feel any different than any other weed I smoke. I don't. What affects my emotions is my mind, not what I put into my body. Or, not that. It's just a smoke. But that's why people go to weed, is, either to chill, which is an indica, or to give them energy, which is a sativa. I always go in there, what do you want? It doesn't matter. You're not going to give me any more energy or get me to lay down any quicker. Neither of these are going to give me more energy or make me lay down. Both of them are going to make me want to eat something. Which is good, because if you know my eating habits, I'm a starver. I'd say faster, but I guess ultimately, I'd be starving myself. If I want to be fully transparent, I don't feed my body enough. As it's sitting here growling. Have you eaten today? No. I'm going to feed it. I don't take good enough care of my body. I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught to feed myself regularly. I definitely feed my children more than enough, but I don't show that same decency to my own body. And that's it, because I'm like, I don't need it. And then, so just stuff like that. It's like, you might need some more food in your body, but you don't need more cigarettes or more coffee or more this and that. And that's where it is we're sacrificing. You know what I mean? And that's it. Everybody knows that. Drink a soda or something to hold you off. I'll just drink something until I can get to, I'll snack on something later. And that's it. The chemical imbalance is simple things that we're just not feeding it and resting it enough. And we know that. That's what's driving people to anxiety and stress. They're not getting enough sleep, and they're totally freaking out about their current life situation. So they're overworking their mind all the time. So they need a coping mechanism to slow down their minds so that they can rest at night. So now we're giving out sleeping pills. So then they take a sleeping pill, but then they wake up the next morning, and that pill is still effective, and they can't focus. They're not themselves now. It's like, and the side effects might be violent diarrhea and thoughts of suicide. Well, shit. I'll just stay up all night watching TV. Do you feel the Fight Club coming in? Bobhead bitch tits. I mean, seriously. We can go from 0 to 100, but that's what it is. Realize the things that bother you. And try to be not so bothered about it. Okay, so you can't run from your problems. I can't run from addicts. I've been doing that my whole life. I can't stand addicts. You guys get on my nerves with this shit. Right? But I'm surrounded by them until I can have compassion and understanding. Which I truly do. I fully understand why you have to do this. Why you feel the desire. Why, basically, it's just patterning. I understand why you do drugs. All of it. I don't know about all of the newer drugs and shit, but I understand that all drugs are a substance of, as you say, mood stabilizing. Fine. Same with alcohol. Same with exercise. Same with, I do different things to stabilize my moods. I'm just trying to say that we can find other ways to mood stabilize, other coping mechanisms that don't involve poisoning our bodies with shit or overexerting our bodies. If you need to relax, then go outside. You don't need a glass of wine. You don't need a fucking joint. You don't need a fucking whatever your fucking thing is. It's like, I'm cool after 6 beers. Jesus, who are you before those 6? I need this to relax, to be myself. So you're not yourself without it? Then all of this is not you? The only you I get is when you're loaded? Think about it. And nobody does. They're like, no, that's not what I said. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Bro, stop telling me what it isn't. Stop telling me what your addictions aren't. And how you have so much control and you're different from other people in your addictions. And that's what started this. Are you afraid to admit to yourself that you're an addict? And that's what I asked her. And she's like, she can't say it to herself. Say it. I'm an addict. I'm addicted to this shit. I have to have this in my life. Okay. Own your truth and move on so you don't feel the shame about it. So you don't feel embarrassed about it. So when someone like me asks you, you don't have to fucking put your head down, but you can keep your head high. I didn't make you feel, I'm not here to make you feel bad about your addictions. I'm here to try to help you to replace your addictions. I have full understanding of why you're addicted to certain things. I'm trying to help you not be addicted. But when you start and say, I'm not addicted, or I have more control than other people, oh fuck, dude, you're like every addict now. That's exactly what an addict says to you. An out-of-control addict will always tell you, I'm not an addict. I have control. I'm not a fucking drunk. What do you mean you're not a drunk? How much makes you a drunk? How much does it take for you to get drunk? Is it by your attitude or consumption, guys? So people that only drink a glass of wine 7 days a week aren't addicts? They're not alcoholics? They're not drunks? Is a drunk someone that gets to a certain place and then acts weird? Like, I'm not a drunk until I'm drunk? So, like, those people that only go out on the weekends and get hammered and throw up and act all crazy, those are the only alcoholics that we have out here? But the people that have a beer, at lunch isn't an alcoholic? And that's where it is. All of you are going to fight, don't you, right now? You want to fight for your addictions instead of just accepting them and realizing we're all fucking sick. What are you addicted to? I shared it the other day. I couldn't even fucking believe it. Oh my God. Fat Joe says he's addicted to Pepsi and he drinks 30 to 40 cans a day. Where do you put all that? Well, obviously he's got a big belly. Holy shit, bro. I can't even. I drink like maybe 3 cups of liquid throughout a day. And they say to drink like 8 glasses of water. Like, where the fuck am I putting all that? He drinks 30 to 40 cans, bro. I can't even finish a can. Like, I could, but not do like another one right behind it. He's not going to tell you he's an addict, or maybe he is. And he's going to tell you he can't stop. You're looking at him like, bro, you have no fucking self-control. What human does this type shit? No, I'm cool. What do you mean? I'm good. What the fuck do you mean? You have no self-control. You're abusing a product. Like, holy. Like, you need this to survive? Yeah, you have a chemical imbalance. You've been putting all those chemicals in your body for how long? If you take that shit out, your body's going to go, it's going to need a serious reboot. You are definitely going to go through withdrawals. My question to you guys is, if I stop you in your tracks right now, what are you going to withdraw from? If all of a sudden they cancel your gym membership, or again, I've said this before, your coffee maker goes out in the morning. How bad is your addiction? How far will you go to get another coffee? Can you make it through the morning without that morning coffee? Or you're going to be evil. Like, you're not going to be a good person. Right? What else? What else? You know what I mean? If I don't have my masturbation time, if I don't take my baths, if I don't do this, if I don't have my rituals, then I'm not cool. Like my sister, she's like, if I don't take me a 30-minute nap throughout the day, take me a 20-minute cat nap, I'm not cool. She has to rest her body in order to be cool. That makes sense. That makes sense. I need to rest this thing, otherwise I'm not going to make it through the rest of the day. And that's what it is. It's a coping mechanism. A mood stabilizer. What are your guys' coping mechanisms and mood stabilizers? And can we replace them with some more healthy ones? That's the whole conversation, bro. We're all addicted. How do we channel this addiction to more healthy forms of life where we're not dependent? Because addicted means dependent, guys. No, that's not what it means. Fine, tear it up, just like she tried to. What the fuck is the difference between a mood stabilizer and a fucking coping mechanism? Nothing. It's just how those words make you feel. And that's what I asked. What is it about those words, Morgan, that you don't like? You're getting defensive by me saying these words. And if you're going to defense about it, other people will too. There's something about it. If I need to change my words, then I will. But why are you getting upset about this? I'm not. You are. They're looking at us because you're raising your voice at me, bro. We're having a heated conversation. And it has nothing to do with you. But you're making this all about you right now. You're standing on, I'm not this person, and nobody said you was. But you're really showing that you are. And I deal with that all the time. And you know what I mean? No. I'm not even going to say your fucking name, butthole. Like, he's the first one to always say, no, I'm not that person. And in his description of not that person, he describes himself as that person. It's like you just raw snitched yourself, is what this is happening. I wasn't accusing you. You felt accused. Because I was talking about a category of people that you obviously fall under. And now you feel that you have to rise up against me and argue with me to defend your honor about a certain thing that I'm talking about. You want to defend yourself in this conversation. Why are you defending addicts when that's exactly what I'm doing? Like, where's the fight here? I'm not picking fights with addicts. I'm getting addicts to pick their own fight and to fight hard. Guys, the first part of having a problem is admitting you have a problem. The first part to addiction is admitting I am addicted. Admit to yourself that you need this. Take the shame, take the blame, put it on, bro. Don't put it on because it's, because you're ashamed, but put on the real. Stop pretending for 1 minute, bro. You know what I mean? Please stay away from my fucking intuition with these two. Give me somebody else, dude. I'm not kidding, Holy Spirit. You put other images in my head. I don't want to talk about these people anymore. I'm done. There's plenty of people to talk about. I'm done talking about them. I'm dead ass, Holy Spirit. I'm not using any of these fucking goofy ass people from my past anymore to talk about. I'm referring to you loser ass twin flames. I'm not talking about you anymore. You're dead fucking conversations. There's got to be somebody else we can talk about rather than you and your addict fucking girlfriend. How you guys feed, your addictions feed off of each other, and you're both addicts. Sick. Deficiency. You have a deficiency, bro. No, I'm not. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I'll see you tonight with your cups up, bro. Make sure you do one with the crowd. Why can't you guys just wear the truth of what you are and change it? You don't want to be that person, and you think those people are bad, but you are that person, and you're not bad. What's bad is you judging yourself and others according to you're better than them. You're no fucking better. Just let me breathe. No alcoholic. Nobody that drinks alcohol is going to tell you they're an alcoholic. Until they're on the road to recovery, will they finally admit that they were an alcoholic. They're going to deny it the whole time, because once they realize it, they're probably going to want to change it. No crackhead is going to tell you they're a crackhead. They smoke crack every day, but they're not going to admit to being a crackhead. Or a coke whore. Fucking none of that. They're not going to admit that they're tweaking, but they're smoking meth. No, I'm not no fucking tweaker. These fucking tweakers, these fucking geekers over here. Bro, what are you talking about? You are so lit. You are more lit than they are. Like, you never come down. They run out sometimes. How are you any better than them? No, I'm not a fucking drunk. What are you talking, bro? You always have a drink in your cup. How are you not a drunk? Do you drink anything but drink? It's not about putting you down. It's about putting you up. Like, realizing, bro. Quit denying. And projecting. My whole family is nothing but alcoholics and drug addicts. In order to get away from drugs and alcohol, I had to lose them too. Doesn't mean they're not great people, but it just means that they're chemically imbalanced. They can't be good people without drugs and alcohol. Those are their coping mechanisms. That's what stabilizes their moods. And unless we're in an atmosphere where they're drinking and drugs are available, they're not nice to me. My family wants nothing to do with me unless they're drinking or on drugs. Why? We have nothing in common unless we're together drinking or on drugs. Ain't that some shit, bro? Unless me and my brother are smoking a joint together, then we're not doing nothing together. There's nothing that either one of us can talk about. It's the same with my sisters. Unless I got a cup with them or a fucking blunt or we're smoking a cigarette, there's nothing. It's our addictions. We're completely different human beings. We don't think alike. We don't listen to the same music. We don't do the same shit. We don't dress the same. We'll eat. All of us are born with this. We're not picky eaters. None of us in my family that are born of my mother are picky eaters. Not really. We'll eat what's given to us and maybe even a second plate. We're eaters. But that might be the one thing. But ultimately, not, bro. How many of your friends that, unless you're drinking or doing drugs, there's nothing else to do with them? Like, your gym friend is only good at the gym. Like, you have nothing else in common with this person unless they're your gym friend. Is that really a friend, or is that a dependent, a codependency? Like, you have a low vibrational partner in crime. Like, that person that only comes to hang out with you to go out to eat. Like, that's your partner to go out to eat, or your drinking buddy. You guys don't do shit, but you'll come together in your addictions. You see what this means? You see what I'm trying to teach you? There's a lot. And everybody needs to learn this. This is my first time ever diving into the world of drugs and alcohol. Last year I couldn't have done it because I was still very much triggered and unhealed by alcoholics and drug addicts. I still kind of am, where I kind of lose it. You know what I mean? I get the fuck out of my face, Blues Clues! I still go crazy on the drug addicts. I still have a tendency to call the cops on you and lock you away. Why? Because I believe that's going to help you. That unless they put you away, you're not going to be able to stop this. You have no control to stop this unless they take it away from you. And sadly, I know when they put you back, you're going to go back to it. But maybe, for a couple days, you can get some rest and take care of your body. Maybe you can get your mind right for just a couple days. Get a shower in. Is that wrong? Maybe you won't be getting someone else high. Or give someone too much and they die. Because you were just being generous. So then I go back to, I see Marshall. Every one of Marshall's friends, including her, they all drink. And they all smoke. Not all of them, but even big bad Paul right there, he's got a drink in his hand. How is he any better when it's still all around him? He has compassion for their addictions. He just has more strength than they do. He's not going to tell them that he's stronger and that they're weak with that cup in their hand. But Royce knows it too. Royce knows because he remembers how weak he was to that cup. You don't realize how weak you are to your addictions until you fought them. The last thing you want to do is fight them because you don't want to admit that you're even addicted. I hope with all my heart that Justin Bieber one day can fight his addictions and just be able to say, I don't do that no more. Not because I can't, but because I don't need to. To have the ability to say I don't have to be able to say no because you don't want to, like me. I'm not tempted. I can look at your drink and I can taste it in the back of my throat. I know exactly what that drink tastes like. I'm not afraid of it. I just don't want the feeling that comes after the taste. I'm cool. I don't need that. We can still have fun. I don't need that to act stupid on that dance floor. I'll show you. I'll do it right here. I don't need it. You want to see me stand on this table? I'll do it without any alcohol, and you just tell everyone I was drunk. And that's really what it is you need that to be crazy. Hey, bro, we could get crazy without that shit, bro. We can have, and not regret it. We'll have the story to tell later and know that we fully did that. You did that? I fucking did, dude. I swear. Was you drunk? Nah, bro. I was lit, bro. I was on it, dude. I wanted to do that. You don't need this to stabilize you or free you or control you. It's not just drugs and alcohol that people are addicted to, bro. I'm telling you, they're addicted to people, places, and things. Things. They're addicted to having that new thing. I gotta have it. I'm working so hard. I gotta have the new one. Is there a new iPhone coming? You can't be that person that has the old iPhone, right? Because what would people think? Nobody thinks shit. Do you guys judge each other? Us Android people don't know what version of iPhone you have. The only people judging you by your iPhone are iPhone people. Get a fucking Android and we really don't care. We don't care about who's got what Android and who's got what iPhone. I'm dead ass. We don't care about that shit. It's the iPhone community that's looking at you. Oh, you got that 12? You ain't got that 16? And I'm over here like, what? I would never. I'm 42 years old. If you gave me an iPhone, I'd look like a 2-year-old and I wouldn't know what buttons to push. You serious? Never used one in my life. Neither of my kids either. But it's a thing, because if I start this addiction, if I start this game with you guys, then I got to stay up to date. Because the phone itself doesn't stay up to date. My phone that I'm currently on, this motherfucking $60 phone I've had for like, I think I had to replace it in Oklahoma, so that would be 2 years. But it was $60 and the motherfucker's going hard. It'll still go. This phone, this was my old phone. Fuck. Like 2016. The motherfucker goes, bro. There's my doggy. It goes. That was her when she was a puppy. The bitch goes. And that, actually, if you don't turn it off, it won't turn off. It goes. It goes great. Forever. It's got the best connection to Wi-Fi ever, dude. These new phones, they have a little signal. This motherfucker can reach the fucking moon. Get that Nokia, that little BlackBerry. No, just kidding. And the essence is like, it's keeping up. You have to keep up, but that's not necessary. You gotta keep up with what everyone else has. I can't keep up. I don't even want to try. I don't want to race. I don't want to be part of this. I'm gonna get one of those fucking Mint Mobile phones from fucking Deadpool over there. Mint Mobile. Does it come with big buttons? From my flat fingers that I like to send the word ducking a lot. Fucking autocorrect. Hey, that's what she's trying to say, is like we're born addicts. We're born into addiction. We'll have to face that addiction, but we don't have to stay addicts our whole life. And if you do, there is a God, I'll read tonight about it through Vishnu, that will come and take you. If you die out of overdose, there is a specific God in Hindu belief that will grant you amnesty. and get you out of that torture. That'll give you a graceful Passover. But, we're all facing addictions, at least Americans are, to people, places, things, cultures, beliefs, ideologies. You're addicted, meaning you need to keep this into play in order for you to live. Ask yourself what you can't live without. And if there's things on that list, then you make sure that you let those things be known as the most important things in your life. The most important things in your life are the things you can't live without. As much as I'd hate to say it, I gotta say this. I want to say I can't live without my kids. But if God said, when they grow up, when they take off, I'm gonna have to live. When she goes to college and shit, or wherever they go in life, I gotta live. They get a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they get married, I still gotta live. That's not true. I have to be able to live without my kids. My kids are not the only reason that I do good. They're not the only reason I wake up. They can't be the only reason. Because if they're not here, then what will I live for? Do you have an unhealthy addiction to your children or to your parents? I could never live without my mom. Bro, you're going to have to one day, and you should have been all this life living not necessarily without her, but not so dependent. Addiction is a dependency, a coping mechanism or a mood stabilizer to something that helps you get through your day in life. What are those things in your life that you need to make it through your day? Like if God came and took this, you'd want to die. You couldn't live without this. Is that your wife or your husband? If God stole your children in the middle of the night, they got sick and they died, would you turn into an evil person? You could not be a good person anymore without them. You'd have no way to live. You'd be cold and hard towards the rest of the world for the rest of your time because you couldn't live without them. Does that sound right? Or is that the reality that we live in with a lot of parents who have lost their children? How they've become so wicked of the heart and mind that they can't enjoy their life anymore. They became dependent off of their dependents. Are you that way about your parents? You're dependent off of them still at this age where you can't live without them? You're not going to be able to say goodbye? What other things? Your best friend, your job, your dog? I won't be able to live without Nana. If something happened to Nana, I'd kill myself. Is that true? You couldn't be a good person without your dog? Without your car? Without your coffee? Without your phone? If that happened to me, I'd kill myself. Really? You're that weak in your resolve? You couldn't find a way to live without that? And as I say that, I'm seeing Sleepless in Seattle. You're going to have to find a way to live without these people, places, and things one day. I'm sad for you that you're so dependent, but it's true. You have unhealthy addictions and dependencies to things. I'm here to address some of these, not to put you down, but to liberate you, to free you from the constructs of your mind that you believe you have to have this. The withdrawal is not going to be good. It's painful to withdraw from something that you believe you need. But when you pull away from it, you're going to be free, and you'll be able to live more freely without that need, that dependency, and that desire. It's very important. This is, obviously, as I'm talking about it, this is probably going to be one of the more heartfelt, deeper teachings I've ever had to do, next to, all that sexual abuse shit I talk about all the time. New levels, new devils. It's Friday. As you guys go out tonight and you're tempted, I pray for you to overcome the temptations, at least for today. I pray for your empowerment for today. I'm not saying that you're not going to go and drink on Sunday at the wedding, but maybe you can make it through Friday without it. It's just about some self-control, guys. Can you control this? Can you do without? Will it still be a wedding if you're not drunk at it? Marshall, was it still a good wedding without drinking? Haley, did you have a great wedding without getting drunk? I knew it could happen. I'm not going to have alcohol at my wedding, but we're going to act crazy and wild. You don't need that to have fun with me. I'll show you. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you later for the deeper teachings. Bye-bye now. Oh, and thanks to Morgan, okay? Because my friends go through a lot with me. They have to go through the healing with me. They're either going to heal with me or they'll get lost in my healing, but it's hard to be my friend when there's a lot of stuff that triggers me and I got to, face. And that's the same thing, too. It's hard to be, me being Kanye's friend, that's going to be hard. Everything you do annoys me. Trying to be a friend with Russ. It's going to take a lot of compassion, understanding, forgiveness. You know what I mean? A lot of, let me take a breath. Let me go have a cigarette. Let me get away from you for a minute. Let me figure out how to deal with you. Let me figure out how to deal with myself here. And it wasn't nothing. And I love her. And I'll send this to her and I'll tell her, it's like, you can't talk to a couple of ex-addicts about addiction without us getting heated. That's a triggering conversation for addicts. We're all going to see this differently, but we need to sit down and be seen and have this conversation. And just because, and that's being a support group. We're in our recovery, but let's keep recovering and let's keep, evolving past this and teaching other people. And so, yeah. Now, here's the big thing that I saw. Here's the bigger thing. Her misdirected vision of addicts will also make her more susceptible to keeping addicts around her. That's the thing, is having unconditional love is not unconditional tolerance. Just because I love you doesn't mean I can tolerate you around me on drugs. That means I have to be suspicious, I have to be alert, I have to be paranoid, I have to be careful, because if I'm unsure of what these drugs in your body is going to cause you to do out of desperation. You're unstable on drugs and alcohol. You were one thing before you put this in, and now you're changing in front of me, and I don't know who you are. And I have to sit here uncomfortable watching you become something that I didn't think you were, that you weren't before you put this in you. That's the difference. So if you sit with me and we're chilling and then I light a joint, the conversation doesn't change. I put out the joint. I'm still the same fucking person. I might be hungry. That's about it. Which could benefit the both of us inevitably. But otherwise, I'm still the same. Right? That's it. Now, if you were hanging out with me and I had a drink, the more I drink that, the more I'm going to change. I'm going to be different by the time this drink is done. I'm not going to be the same person I was before I drank this drink. You might like this person more, or you might not. And most people that drink like that person more than who they were before they had the drink. You're going to like me more when I have a drink. Are you sure? Or you just like yourself more when you have a drink, and you think people like you more. Or the truth is, though, the alcohol makes you feel more accepted, because the alcohol lets you accept yourself more. Doesn't mean people outside of you are accepting. They're just quiet. They're not going to tell you to your face that you're acting an idiot when you're drunk. They're going to get behind your back and tell others how you acted when you were drunk, and try to avoid hanging out with you during drinking events. They act stupid when they get drunk. They think they're funny, and they're not. They're obnoxious. They're loud. They're fucking, they cry. They get aggressive. They're cool. I just don't like them when they drink. But yet you think that people like you more when you drink because you like you more. They like you less. They liked you before you started drinking. You just had to drink to be likable. We can find other ways for you to release that you don't have to do this. Okay? I love you guys. Laters. Bye.